Probably the ones that I get with the most success would be situations where I get an opportunity to go back into either the district and, well, I guess let me separate this into two different areas. One of them would be if I'm working with teams, utilizing a professional development program where I get to work with the teams over a period of a year or a couple years, where you might get to go in 2 or 3 times and watch the change happen within the staff as they implement things. And it's really rewarding to see that happen. Not to say that doing a one-day workshop isn't rewarding, because you just hope that what people walk away with, you know, that something is going to be implemented. But when you do get the opportunity to see that change happen, that gets exciting. The other part that continues to be exciting for me is my consulting work is not just with teachers and therapists, you know, and administrators and that. I still get the opportunity to get in the classroom and work with students. And so either showing the students or introducing them to new software programs, showing the teachers, you know, kind of alleviating the teachers to having to be the ones that are going to be responsible for teaching content plus teaching the software. I get the opportunity to go in and watch the students. And then when you get the opportunity to see a student multiple times throughout the year and the changes that they make, that becomes obviously very, very rewarding. Some main focuses that I've been having over the last few years, and I know sometimes people always ask, you know, are there any new things that you're working on? One of the things that I try to do along with another colleague in the field is that we try to stay up with obviously what's very current, the current issues that teachers are dealing with. And so we get the opportunity to be involved with a number of the national conferences, and you know, typically what we do is we try to take workshops and develop them for the conference series, kind of 1-hour workshops where if we can go to multiple conferences, we can kind of refine it, and then that can become an all-day workshop by the time you end up collecting so much information. And so I definitely enjoy staying in, you know, hopefully in the know of what's going on within the field. The other aspect, you know, of course, is still having a strong purpose and interest in the area of literacy for individuals, and just you know, access with reading and writing. Again, from individuals with more severe cognitive disabilities, in addition to just individuals who are struggling, who might not yet be receiving special education services. So I enjoy seeing the students kind of take flight with some of the software, you know, with, as I know many people refer to the fact that the students are the digital natives. You know, you walk into a classroom and you start to show them some software that might help in the area of reading and writing, and they take off with it. And you know, those tend to be, that tends to be one major focus. The other major focus, I guess, that I continue to keep actively involved in is the computer access aspect. We see in the field that a lot of people are kind of almost getting hooked, well, not hooked, they try to get access built into every software program, and which I'm not saying is not a good thing by any means, but we get students then, when we're talking about physical access to technology or computers, who once somebody puts them in the program, yes, they might have full access, but then they can't get out of the program and get to another program that they want. So another strong part that we've been hopefully seeing within the field is a kind of a resurgence of getting people to realize about access, that it does not need to be something that's always built into the software program, that if we can start to expand upon some of the companies that are what I refer to as third-party access. So, you know, they're not developing educational software, they're developing access software. And if we can get individuals to start to teach students to use that access software, we actually open up a wider door for them to be able to access software that is going to be released in a month, software that's going to be released in 6 months, or software that, you know, is going to be released in 2 years. because we provided them with more of a universal access to the computer, as opposed to always looking at it needs to be built within this program and keeping the students limited. And it also just opens up the area where, for students to be able to access technology that might not just sit there with the educational focus, but the recreational focus, and allow them to use software that their peers are using. And you don't have to be teaching them a new access method within the program, because they already know their access method and ways to navigate around the computer. You're just taking the time to teach them the contents of the new software program.
Yeah.